Hey everyone, this is Aeon to Aeon. Let's see. So I want to talk today about Stream Legends. It is a Twitch extension. So recently Twitch came out with the ability for people to add extensions to the bottom of their channels. So I think that you can add maybe two, maybe more. But there's only a handful in there right now. So I've seen cheerleaders. I've seen some weird little meme games and this one actual game called Stream Legends. And for that, the general idea is that you and people in your channel can work together to level up the town, and eventually you can do raids together. So when you do raids together, you start a raid, you fight, you kill the monsters, and everybody contributes to the game, to the raid, and then people get rewards based on how much they contributed. It's a fun game. I played it for a while. But it's got some problems. So there's quite a few things. When I first started playing, the first thing I ran into was the inventory issue. So cleaning up your inventory is a pain. Like, it just was a horrible thing to do. There didn't seem to be a reason to do it, and so I didn't do it after a while. But the more you didn't do it, the slower your game got. So eventually I got to the point where the game was unplayable for me, and that kind of sucked. I looked at the elements in my inventory, and I had over 10,000 items, and I also noticed at one point that it appeared to be sending that list back to the server for each call. So the bigger that list got, the slower my calls got, which means the slower my XP and gold got. So what I ended up having to do was write a tamper monkey script to go through and clean up any duplicates in my inventory. And that thing took 3 days to run. Because clicking an item, clicking delete, clicking confirm, it was about a 30-second process at that point. So yeah, that sucked. So after that point, I had a script on. Basically, after every raid, I'd go back, I'd run the script, make it clean up all the duplicates, and then I'd be ready to go again, because I didn't want to get back to that point anymore. The other thing I ended up doing was writing a script so the game's written in React, and it's just an iframe on the page. So I wrote a script that will just scan the page for elements and click the buttons if necessary. I should have the game open. Why don't I have the game open this entire time? Let's go back to my page. Ignore the stuff at the bottom for the second. What is this? Oh, it popped out instead of... Go back where you belong. Alright, we'll deal with that in a second. So if you were to look at the game, you can right click and inspect element. It brings up the little dev tools at the bottom. You can see that under SRPG map options, you have the expired button, and then here's the button you want to target, and you can target to click on it. And so for every element, there is pretty similar thing. So now there's actions, fight details, and the fight button. Same with collect rewards, post fight button, collect rewards, blah blah blah, and so repeatedly. On this page I made it click the delete button if it wasn't a raid. So there's a raid attribute in one of these properties if I think on the top raid level or top reward screen, if it's a raid, so I told it not to delete that reward, but delete everything else. My character's pretty geared out. I would like to say most of it's legit, but I guess maybe not. I played to probably level 10 or 12 manually, and then I wrote the script to clean up my inventory and wrote an auto clicker basically for the game. And I participated in raids, got flawless of everything, and It took a very long time. As you can see, I'm level 50 with 1.5 million XP, I believe that is. The only thing I didn't have was this exceptional VR goggles, which just came out. I was using satellite uplink or the cybernetic implant, I believe, for crit stuff, and that seemed to do pretty well. But as the game continues, there appears to be more hacks, more bots, and it's getting a little out of hand. So let me try to explain some of the hacks that have come up with this game. So if you go to your network tab on your Chrome debug tools, and what was the first one? I think the first one was if you click like collect rewards or something. So when you click collect rewards, oh, it didn't do that. So if there's a reward, you actually have to click the onwards button. Why am I not seeing what I want to see? I don't see what I want to see. Okay. I guess maybe it only shows in a raid. Let's start a raid real quick. I'll show you a glitch with that too. We'll start a crappy raid. So now we're in a raid, and we want to fight. So one of the key things is whenever you press fight, you'll notice that it calls to a contribute method. So we'll click on that for a second. Hopefully it doesn't show my credentials. It doesn't. So we go to return to maps, and you can see here that I've earned 65 XP, which is how much I get per battle. One of the first button glitches was to double or triple click one of the buttons that sends this call, and that would get you faster XP. But then at some point people realized that if you actually have your network tab open, you can take this request, right click, replay that request, and you should see my XP go up. It didn't for some reason. Some random person just showed up on my channel. Why is this not working? I'm gonna play this one. There we go. I don't know why they're backwards right now. Usually it's the second one. So if you replay this request, blah blah blah, you get a bunch of XP. Cool. Some people have made mouse recordings. You can use a mouse recorder, and you can just tell it to do this and hit replay over and over and over, whatever. And you'll just get super fast XP. You can also use a tool called Postman to do the same thing, which I have open here. So if I were to open a new tab, do I need to open a new tab? Probably not. Open new tab, and right click this guy, do copy as curl command. Go back to my Postman, do an import. Now you can see I have this address here, the channel ID, the raid number, and its contribute method. If you look at the body of this method, see, this is why this one shouldn't have worked. Because there's supposed to be some data here. Let me copy the other one real quick. Copy this one. Copy as a curl command. Import this here. Okay, so the same thing, except for now we have this x65 thing. For some reason you have to fix this. And then I can say save this to the Stream Legends folder. Cool. And then if you go to, say, the test runner here, can I do these side by side? Ignore the other games I have open. Oh, you can only see one at a time when I do that. Let's see, add screen capture this guy. Shift you over here. And you're not showing anything at the moment. Take off the exclusivity. And put you down into there. Alright, now you can see both of them again. So now I've done this. If I send one of these, you can saw my XP go up. You see a bunch of information come back, shows people in the raid, shows a bunch of contributions, all that stuff. Here's your raid ID, which is useful sometimes. If you go to the runner in Postman, it brings up this other tool. And with this tool, you can, that thing I just saved, that request I just saved, you can tell it to say run 10 times with a delay of, I don't know, 500 milliseconds. And if you run it, you'll notice on the right side, my XP will go up. So this is automating the process of clicking that replay button, basically. I don't know if that actually ran 10 times, but it's good enough for this demo. So yeah, that's a real fast way of getting XP without actually doing any work. It's kind of annoying that people can do that, but that's basically what the current exploit that people are using. People are asking me if I'm doing more raids after this. So yeah, man, where was I going with this? All right, so you have this, you have the test runner, you can run it as many times. Okay, so the one thing I wanted to mention is people are starting doing this more. You're actually making it harder for everyone else to play the game. So I would like to get people to stop doing this. For one, you're spamming the server with requests, especially if you find a way to do it without any delays. The servers for this game aren't that great. I don't know how they're making money. I don't think they are making money. It's a free game. Blah blah blah. So there's probably not a super amount of a lot of resources going to the servers for these games. So whenever people spam these servers, the game gets slow. We start having problems. Blah blah blah. So if you're going to cheat at this level, there is an alternative you can do. I would really encourage you to do this in your own channel, not ruin the raids for other people. If you are going to do it in other raids, please do it on like the 2 mil raids or something so other people get rewards. Otherwise, you're just kind of being a jerk. But so close the stupid test runner thing, go back to the original one here. So you'll notice in this box here, it says 65, which is the amount of XP you're getting per battle. This is how much you're contributing to the raid. And you can actually change this number. So if I wanted to change this number to say 100,000 XP, and then I hit that send button again, you notice my XP went to over 100,000 over here just instantly. And you can make this number anything you want. 1 million, 2 million, 100 million, whatever you want it to be. You'll notice the map didn't finish, so the map doesn't finish until someone does another battle. So whether this guy, Musky Scent, does another battle, or if I were to go back and hit another fight myself. Now when I do here, this should trigger the end of the raid. So now you see the raid finished, and you can collect your rewards. The other thing you can do is if you go to your town, do I have anything I need to level up? No, not really. You can actually level up this dig site instantly as well. I'll show you how to do that as well. But the other thing I want to show you is how to repeatedly start raids. So let me close all these other tabs. Don't save. Don't save. Don't save. Blah blah blah. Just hit the stupid axis. Why do you gotta make me hit don't save on everything? Okay, so we're back to just that one we have. So whenever you create a raid, say, well, we'll do the first one here just in case we mess this up. So I created a raid, I did a purchase. Oh. I think it's the second purchase I care about. Yeah, I think it's the second purchase. So if we cop... Did my computer just freeze? What just happened? My mouse just died. Why did my mouse just die? Hello, mouse, please? Please? What just happened? Alright, give me a second. I gotta unplug and replug my mouse. I just got a new mouse. I don't know why it's doing that. My cat's running around as well. Alright, you stupid mouse. Alright, so he works again. I don't know what that was. That was strange. I hope that doesn't happen again. So let's copy one of these requests. Copy as a kernel command. Import raw. And let's look at the body. So if you look at the body, is this the right one? This is this. This is not the right one. Copy this one. Copy as curl command. Doesn't have a body. Am I drunk right now? Oh, it's the create method. What am I doing? So I want the second create. Copy here. Import. Blah, blah. If you go look at the create, you now see that we have two simple things. A RAID item ID. Let's fix these weird characters so that it's actual valid JSON. Nope, no zero, please. Stop that. So what we have here is the RAID item ID, which is the name of the RAID. So dig sites are named RAID mixed 1, 2, 3, and 4. And the end time is, what is that called? Probably the Unix timestamp. So we can verify this. Unix timestamp to date. I want a converter, please. So if you enter the timestamp and hit convert, you'll see that the end time is 5:39. Yep, that's right. Well, 5:39 UTC, which is what? Probably 1:39 my time. Is that right? I don't know. It doesn't really matter. But if you're going to be manually doing this, you want to pay attention to that particular date. You can actually increase this. So if you were to change that first number to, I don't know, a 2 or something, you can make it so that raids. Is that right? Oh my god. Did you not? Oh. I'm looking at the wrong one. Alright, so yeah, if you change that first number to 2, apparently it doesn't raid until 2049. So that's fun. Okay, there we go. That's the stuff I was expecting. Oh my gosh, okay, I'm bad at this, so ignore that. I don't usually pay attention to that time date. So we've already started a raid. So let's go back, we'll join the raid, we'll do a fight. Oh, we'll return to maps, blah blah blah. Contribute. So you'll see I'm at the bottom right now. And what does this thing take? It's like 100K or something to finish. If you go over to this right side here, you want this RAID ID. And so since I'm in the same channel, if you change channels, you need to pay attention to that ID as well. But if you're staying in the same channel, you can just copy the RAID ID, go back to that first request I made earlier, oops, and change this part to the new RAID ID, and hit submit. you'll see that I went up by 100,000. I think the first one actually takes 250. Respawn to this guy. Oh, and he must have finished the thing. So since he finished a battle, that triggered the end of the raid. And you'll see that I got my rewards. Find and move object, find blah blah blah. So I don't really need any of these gear anymore. The only thing I could possibly use, I guess, is a flawless VR goggles. I have everything else that I want. I'd like a second flawless Ragnarok or a second flawless Mober, but one of each is fine for now. So yes. Probably. Jeez. People are needy. Let's see. So, now what I'm saying is earlier we copied this thing. So if you go back to a town normally, you can't redo the same raid. They have like 12-hour delays between them. But the game doesn't actually check. It doesn't actually care. So if you take that same request earlier when we created the raid and just resend that request, it reactivates the same raid that was that you had already started. So you can do this with any of them. If you do the 2 million raid and you want to gear up everyone in chat, you can just do this and just restart that 2 mil raid over and over and over. So we did a fight here. We have to find that contribute method, grab the new raid ID, go over here, change this, and we'll just change this to 250,000 so we finish it. And the next battle should finish it. I'll let him finish it again. Look at that. So I got some VR goggles and some Stardust leggings, blah, 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 crap. So now let's change this. If we change this from a 1 to a 4 and start, you'll notice that it started the big raid. So I can join the raid, it takes 2 million XP. Go back over, oh, I need that contribute method. Grab here, grab the new raid ID, which has a hyphen, so that's annoying. Here, change the raid ID, and now instead of 250,000, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, so 2 million XP. And send. So there you go, now I have 2 million XP, we just completed the raid in less than a minute. And come on, finish the raid for me. Oh, he may not actually be able to kill these, I don't know. Some of these actually kill me, so these are pretty tough creatures. I'm wearing full flawless and it takes me this long to kill one of these guys. Oh, I did that thing where it doesn't show your gear. So when that happens, you have to reload frame. That might mess up my authentication ID, so I don't care enough for that right now. You know, I started a raid. What just happened? I don't care about that right now. What the hell? So we'll start this one normally, I guess, this time. That's weird. I don't know why. Yeah. I guess it didn't actually mark that as a banned one since I started it shadily. Copy the raid ID. Change this section to the new raid ID. Onwards. You won't beat me. Ha ha ha. So the reason I'm showing you guys this is where it's going. Anyways, I think the devs said they're working on fixing this stuff, but a lot of people are being cheated out of gear right now, and I want to try to bring everyone to the same level. Again, I mentioned, please do this in your own channel. Please don't ruin the game for everyone else. I played the game to what I feel like is pretty much the completion. There's not a whole lot more for me to do. I've been grinding for flawless for weeks at this point, and it's just getting kind of dull. So I've been helping other people get some gear, and that's pretty much all the fun I get out of this anymore. So I hope they bring out more content, more raids, better ways to clean up inventory. I mentioned this to them directly, but this whole you should not have to clean up your inventory. The only thing that makes sense, and I don't understand why it isn't implemented this way, if it's a duplicate item and it's not a one-handed item, it should automatically convert itself to XP and gold. If it's a one-handed item, it should allow you to have 2 of them and then convert the rest of them to gold. That way, if you want to go through and clean up your inventory and get rid of all those commons, you can, but there's no reason for it to just pile up in your inventory and make the game unplayable. So they added ways for you to go through and manually click and mass clean up, but that's not good enough in my opinion. So hopefully they fix that. Hopefully they fix this whole thing where you can just change numbers and pass in that data. I'm hoping this video actually helps them fix some of their stuff too. So if you guys are gonna do this, like I said, do it in your own channel. So we showed you how to do the raids. Now I will show you how to level up a city. So I need to go to a place that doesn't have a maxed out city. I know that Ashimali might have a not maxed out city. Let's check hers out. So if you scroll down, I know she has it. Where's that at? Oh look, I'm the top cheerleader here. So now if you go to her town, oh gosh, she has nothing here. So if you click contribute on a city, it will do the contribute thing again. Copy that second request as a curl command. Import it as raw text over here. You will go look at the body. So it says the information again. Got to fix these quotes. So, and you can tell pretty clearly here what this is doing, I think. It is targeting a building site, or building ID called the building dig site, and here's the amount of gold you're contributing. I don't even think if you change this number it even affects the gold you have. So what I normally do, we'll change this from 5,000 to 523, 123, we'll change it to 5 million. And if we send this request, it jumped to 3 and jumped to 4, so now it's maxed out. It was level nothing before, now it's maxed in 2 clicks. You'll notice my gold didn't change, so that's the other thing that's the problem with this game. Your contributions to the raid, the contribution to building sites, all of that's separate from what actually happens to your character for some reason. It's just, there's a lot of work that needs to go in this game before it's actually stable. And I really hope that they put in the time to do it. But for now, I just want everyone to have fun. So don't get frustrated if people are stealing your stuff. Just go to your own channel, max out the dig site, max out the barracks. They're the same. I mean, it's just a different building ID for these guys, so you can do it with this guy too. Copy the request. I'm gonna do it slightly different here. So I'll pull this in. I really just care what the building name is. So it's called building barracks. I go back to that first one, change this to building barracks, and submit that. And look, now that one's maxed out. So then you can level up your own city and just do raids all by yourself if you're bored. Don't just do it from the beginning of the game. The game is actually kind of fun. You actually get to work with players, build up communities. The goal behind this game is really fun and interesting, and it's cool. But if you're at the point where I am, we have max flawless, max whatever, there's not a whole lot for you to do. Play around with some of the stuff, get your flawless set, help other people get gear, and just pass on the knowledge. I don't know. Have fun. Just keep the game fun. Don't just like be a jerk to people. I said this before several times. So that's it. I think that's it. Okay, so you now know how to max out your own city without spending any gold. You now know how to start raids. You now know how to finish raids instantly, and you can do it all from your own channel. So enjoy, I guess. I want to make sure that the owners, or the proletariat, I can't even pronounce their names, the Stream Legends devs, see this video too. I want them to fix this long term, but I know that with some of the cheats that are out, people are getting frustrated, and this should bring everyone to equal level, I would hope. So yeah, Stream Legends is a great game. If you don't know what it is, visit one of the people that I've mentioned in this video, myself, Ashmali, Whiffany, the Samoan something, I forget his name. You can actually join the Proletariat Discord, and people in there will post their channels for you to come play with. It's fun. You get to meet new people, you get to work together, try to complete a goal, and once they fix the hacks, it will be a great game. They probably have to rebalance some of these raids once they fix the hacks, though. I'm not entirely sure that they factored that into some of these, because that 2 million raid without hacks is gonna take like 20 or 30 people that are like fully geared to complete. So I don't know. It seems a little excessive, but anything else? If you have any more questions, reach out to me. I'm glad to help. Glad to do whatever. I'll be streaming. I probably won't be streaming this game, but I'll be streaming other games. So if you want to stop by and talk to me, I can talk to you about Stream Legends if you want. I'll be in the Proletariat Discord, talking with the devs and the other people in there. And I've made a few friends from this game already, so I like this game. I like the community, and I hope we keep it going and getting it better. So I think I'll wrap up this video, and I hope you guys learned something useful. So see you guys later.